Or a little late. Okay. The 11 defenders and what we call them. So the strong safety or the SAM, that'll be sort of interchangeable. Um, so key issues to sort out, right? When they break and they come to the line of scrimmage. First of all, those first two kind of go hand in hand. Is there a tight end? Like I've talked about that a bunch. Like that makes a big difference to us. And how many are there? So that's a big deal. How many running backs are in the backfield? That we mirror with linebackers in the box. So if there's two running backs, then we're going to have two linebackers, the Mike and the Rover. Is there a wing? The reason why the wing is such a big deal is because the wing can motion very quickly and change their numbers. He can quickly get to the other side of the ball. So a tight end has to shift. They can't motion. A wing can motion. A wing can change their numbers by running during the cadence. So the way that we adjust to a wing is different. So we need to understand: is there a wing on the in the formation? So let's take a look at a alignment here. So we've got two running backs here. The running back is not a wing. He's not outside the tackle, right? There's no tight end. So we've got a two running back. So the Mike and the Rover are in the box. The Rover is, because that running back is so far offset, right? That Rover is basically outside shade of that running back, right? The Sam, or the strong safety, you see him extended to the right up top. So he's over number two, the number two receiver. And then you've got a field corner, boundary corner, and a free safety. And you might say, well, how do you know where the field and the boundary is? When the ball's in the middle of the field, right, we are going to call field to the right, right? Or if it's close to the middle of the field, we call field to the right. How do you know? They spot the ball at the end of the play. So we can call field and boundary. We can call field side immediately, independent of how they line up. So just keep that in mind. That's how we will end up dealing with the ball in the middle of the field. It'll just get called out. So I'm just going to highlight on each of those. Got 4 plays here for you. So I'm going to highlight a different defender. I know there's 11 back here. I'm going to highlight this guy right here. I'm going to highlight, so he would be to the boundary. This would be the end. I want you to take a look at what he's about to do here. So do you notice what he gets? A down block from the tackle. So notice that this end, he doesn't worry about what's going on in the backfield. Those front 5 players are what we call spill players. They're trying to spill the ball. By him taking the C gap, right, he then makes the wing, sorry, not the wing, the running back, he then makes that guy make a decision. Either he's going to block him, right, or he is going to then be able to attack and spill the ball. So by attacking that gap, right, he occupies a defender. And so that makes then the Rover become what's called the force player. So we've got spill players, and these guys spill it, force players who force it back inside. And we get one other thing on this play. So I'll pause it. Because we get a pulling guard, this is why these guys are flexed. So we get a bonus player over the top. So what we end up with is a spill and a force. And so the people who are available to make the tackle, right here, I realize he's the closest to the ball. He's not there. If he tries to make the tackle, he's playing the defense wrong. The defense won't work. So he is spilling, right? The Rover then comes in and forces it back inside, and he forces it to the flex and to the Mike. If the flex weren't there, we got the Mike. So notice how many people we have around the ball here. So we've got 3, 4 people around the ball. Okay, let's take a look. We've got a no tight end again. We've got 2 receivers. So the Sam is extended to the field, right? The Rover is extended to the boundary over number 2, right? There's a number 2 on each side here. Single back. So there's one middle linebacker. We've got one linebacker, right? The Mike. Free safety is in the middle of the field. Right? We will always defend the middle of the field on pass. So We talked about that last time also. So let's take a look at what happens here. So you might wonder, like, well, what coverage are we playing? So there's elements of man coverage, right? We've got free. This is what would be determined as man free. But when we get when we get an offensive receiver, an inside receiver who crosses the field, right? We've got a hole player here, right? And so we're able to pass that off. And so as you notice there, we end up with a nice hit by the Mike linebacker. The rover doesn't chase it because they can do what's called there's a call for it, Stanford. So they can box that defender because he's close enough to the line of scrimmage, close enough to the tackle box. So they can kind of in and out him. So everybody else is playing man free. So if you look up front, those 5 guys up front, a bunch of twisting. So we've got a chance to run some games up front. Here's another one. Now we've got a tight end and we've got a wing. So tight end is on the defensive left. So the Sam is down there in what's called a vice position. Right? The rover and the Mike have to deal with that wing because the wing might go in motion. If he goes in motion, we don't chase him with the rover, we bump. And so the rover will become the Mike, and the Mike will then become the force player out there. Let's see what they do here. So of course I put this on because there is a wing motion. So you see how they bump here? Right. So the Mike now bumps. All right. We've got the rover in the middle of the field now. And so after all that, they just end up throwing a fade up top. We'll end up playing a little bit different man technique. I don't think we'll quite play it like that, but as I had said, that free safety is going to get a lot of running going on. So notice it got a lot. We've got a lot of hats in here, and so you'll see on the next clip, like this defense is designed to not allow runs in the tackle box. So that's what you see, and then one repercussion of that is that you end up with, man-to-man sort of one-on-one coverage. You get a free safety who's got a chance to rally to it, almost. If that ball had been tapped back inside, we would have ended up with a play on the football. So you get a motion across, we bump, right? So that actually locks him down more. He becomes the force player, right? And then the rover becomes the tackler if the ball carrier has it, if the running back has it. All right, and then the last clip. So this is kind of one of my favorites here. We've got a tight end on the defensive left. So that's why the Sam is down there. Right, we've got 2 running backs. So the Mike and the rover are splitting them. They're in the I. There's 21 personnel, so we got I backs. So boundary is to the left, field to the right. Let's see what happens here. Again, we can't control what they run. We can just control how we line up. So as you notice, right, free safety. Free safety is late run support. All those other guys are right there responsible for gaps. So the one thing I'd said about this defense does not allow for runs between the tackle. So as you notice here, we're playing some team. As long as we can be gap sound, as long as we know how to attack, right, our responsibility, then we have a very good chance, and a necessary, we have to be able to do this, is now we've got a swarm at the ball, right? Now we've got people who can rip it out, right? We talked about ball security last time. We got people who can rip it out. And this is what this defense is designed to stop. So all of a sudden now this is not a good idea to run it between the tackles. there's a lot that's going on inside to get this done. This is not just, well, we'll just pile everybody in there. Everybody's got job descriptions. Everybody has a piece to the puzzle here. But generally speaking, we're going to have people, if they're going to run it between the tackles, we're going to have a crowd of people in there. And so all that stuff is, you may have heard, and you guys are a little bit younger, but effort is a huge piece of this. But it's not just blind effort. It's not just, we've got effort, and we're just going to out effort out somebody, but we're going to have not only scheme, but how we apply that effort. And so we end up with smart effort. And this is the piece that we keep to ourselves. You might go into any football team locker room and see effort on the wall. People talk about effort, but it comes down to, like most things in football, it's how you actually do it. And so not only will we have a great plan for how we do it, but we're not just going to just effort for the sake of effort. We're going to have a smart plan and a really good execution of it. So with that, if you guys, we got a few minutes. If you would like to open up your mic, ask anything, say anything, you're more than welcome to. You do not have to, but you are more than welcome to. And I appreciate you guys stopping in. And like I said, I hope this helps you guys as we work ourselves towards whatever that start date and time is. But we'll just keep chipping away at this stuff. Right? And so all this is recorded. It'll be on the Google Classroom. So you'll have a chance to, what the whole idea is that by the time we start, we're able to start playing football fast, and we don't have to keep going over this stuff. So that's what I'm hoping that we can accomplish here. Okay. So I appreciate you guys coming in. You're more than welcome. If you want to say something to anybody, you're more than welcome to. Mark, we can stay away from talking about people's shirt. I do like your shirt, Jay-Z. That's a pretty good shirt, but my camera's broken. I can't, or that's broken. It's just not working. I got a good shirt on too, but it doesn't say Wyoming. So you got me beat there. I appreciate you guys coming in as well. So keep up the hopeful effort. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Coach, I had a question actually.
Yeah.
It was about the Gmail or email you just sent us with the oh shoot, hold on. I'm forgetting the words.
That's okay.
The schedule?
The schedule.
Oh, what are the asterisks on the schedule next to the other team's name?
I'm sorry. Say it again. I'm sorry. You made me chuckle.
What did the asterisks mean for the next to the team's names?
I think those are like our league games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Aaron, if we want to say it means we're sending a message, those teams better look out. We're going to give them a little extra. How about that? All right. That's what the asterisks mean. We're going to give them. Yeah, they better strap it on extra tight that night.
Oh, and do we have film due again for Monday?
We will. We will have an ability to submit some film again. So give me a chance. I will post that shortly. So.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Hi, Coach Goader. I have a question.
Yeah. What's up, Ty?
So it said that we might come back during December if we end up going back to school and stuff for football. Does that mean that we would have to choose between other sports and football for the December time?
So no, unless you're going to run cross country, that would be the only sport that would interfere. I believe with what they've done is they've moved football back, and then the springtime gets gets crowded.
Oh, that's
So
right.
yeah, like I probably should have put a link in there about that. Like I'm no expert, but like football is going to kind of be standalone, and the other sports have been pushed back. And so spring gets crowded. So if you're like a wrestler and a baseball guy, then you'd have to choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Yep. You're welcome.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Mark. How you doing?
I'm doing good. And how are you?
Good.
So you know how I play kicker, right?
Uh-huh.
So, do you think a good practice would be like? I know like football is different than soccer, but like if I want to do like if I want to work on my leg, should I
Yeah.
practice with like a soccer ball or football or something like that? Kick it around.
So to me, yes, if you were, one way that they're very similar is like a goal kick.
Right.
That could be equated to like a kickoff. Obviously,
Mhm.
punting is a little different, but
Well, for goalies, like if you play soccer, there's
yep,
punting too.
there is. But I mean, the drop, the leg swing is really totally
Mhm.
different.
Yeah,
But
it's really different.
if by all means, I would just be kicking a ball for sure.
Okay.
And everything when I've got all those lower body workouts, you want to do those extra. Um,
Yes.
more and more lunges, more and more plyometrics. Uh,
Right.
that leg strength, and then obviously flexibility and leg swing. But
Yes.
yeah, keep as from the waist down as flexible and
Strong.
strong, yeah, as you can possibly get.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, Coach.
All right. Talk to you again soon.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take
Bye.
care. Yep.
Thank you.